And she is not enamored of that policy whatsoever, at all. So what we had to do was go back and figure out actual expenses on our last few benefit districts and allocate them against expenses, because you can't just have that money and make a transfer. You had to prove that, by God, you used it. So we did, but that's what you see there. That's the contra expense, is we made our bond counsel not want to choke us.
Okay.
He was not happy.
And really quickly, someone at the dais, and I'm not going to exclude me from this, was making motions like maybe a short 5-minute break for the restroom would be in order.
Are we close to being?
I think we're pretty close, but, just a couple minutes to, what's that?
Okay.
Well, maybe it's somebody that's key to the discussions. So if we could...
Can I have 3 minutes, please?
Well, in that case, of course.
That's fine.
Please, I was
Hurry.
trying not to make it so it was clean out that Laura would like to use the restroom. Take a hint, folks.
This is gonna make it.
It's not working. Good in person. I was gonna say that's right, so it's a whole different era. Yeah, that might be why.
I do think we've got most of the key people back in place, so we'll go ahead and get started again. I know last we were on page 94. Are we through with 94?
Yes, I believe so. We're at 127.
127. Progress being
The,
made.
Ye Olde Park Sales Tax Fund.
Okay, what would you like to know?
So it sunsets in December of 2015.
Yes, sir.
What is its real sunset date? Because obviously will be finished.
The park sales tax does end December two thousand
Does
fifteen.
the debt, yeah.
Right after that, the payments in 2016, so so remember I talked about a shortfall,
Mhm.
which is
Yep.
currently living in your general fund.
Yep.
I predicted it before and it didn't happen, thank God. I don't know that I can do it for you again. This is so this sales tax shortfall, that is something that happens when you estimate an economic development impact that you did not get, which is exactly what happened. We deliberately, as a policy decision, built in a big box store coming in year 5 of the 10-year debt cycle, and it did not happen. And your debt was backloaded to equal, as a policy decision, debt load was backloaded, getting bigger at the end, to match a sales tax revenue stream that did not happen. So this is a big lump through the snake, you're almost there, but I'm covering from other places, as legally available
Right.
and as required by your bond covenants. You're almost there. Something that might happen to your general fund is if you don't have to cover all of that, you'll have some money that you can send somewhere else. But I can't predict that right now. My prediction is you're gonna cover it,
And
which is
then-
why it's shown that way.
And then what do you propose happen to that half-cent sales tax? Is it gonna
I don't
go-
propose anything, that's a
Sun-
policy
yeah, that's
decision.
sunset, and
That's
that's a
another policy decision.
Okay, but I mean, right now, there's no budgeting.
There is no
hoping that
budgeting.
there's gonna be another
No,
half
sir.
cent. Okay, good.
No.
And then, so regarding the pool, it's the operation costs that aren't funding. I mean,
What?
right, is it, the shortfall with
It's
the
debt.
It is the debt.
It's debt.
So it is this
It is
fund.
the debt for both the pool and Celebration Park,
Mm-hmm.
was park sales tax funded. So it's not just the pool.
Okay, so once this ends, roughly within a year after this,
The payments end in 16. So you get 2 months worth of sales tax revenue, because it's a 2-month lag, you've heard me talk about 2-month lag. So there'll be 2 months worth coming in 2016, but it will not be enough to cover your debt. And the last debt payment on one of those two isn't that big, so.
okay. But when you consider the pool by itself as an operational cost, it never, I mean, we're funding it, it's not, the revenue stream is not paying.
It's not sufficient.
Right, I think you do better than most cities.
About what percent is, just, I know, but just a ballpark estimate, are we, a third of the cost operationally is paid for by the fees, or Jeff, if you,
But I'd have to look at the number exactly. What I can tell you is the old facility was subsidized to the tune of about 60 to 70%, I believe.
And it's not bad.
We have done better than that historically since the time when we've opened the renovated facility. But we have not covered all years, we have not covered all operating costs. It is budgeted differently today than it used to be. We are including all utilities, all
Great.
internal service funds, all of the capital items, all of those things are accounted for in that budget now.
that's good.
So
And we
are-
did not used to do that.
But,
We are doing much better as an operation today than we were before.
I guess the point is that when we had the old pool, it was $100,000 worth of operation, or a couple $100,000, and this is, so even though it's 60%,
I'd have to.
I mean, it's a lot, I guess I'm just,
Well, it's
is there no way to cover the cost of,
It's very uncommon. We did have in the early years, a few years, 2 or 3 years, where we actually made a profit operationally, but our capital expenses were way down, everything was
Right.
brand new.
right?
Sure.
It's unlikely